LIESL! LIESL! Get out of the rain! Get out of the gazebo, LIESL! That's not your twin flame. That's a Nazi. Even worse, that's a Nazi with a whistle. What a dick! What's up, dudes? Oh, LIESL, stop dancing in the gazebo. That's not your twin flame. That's a Nazi. Let's do it. Let's talk about twin flames. What's up, guys? I'm Molly Marcella. I'm a clairaudient, psychic, Heyoka, empath. I am channeling, so anything I say is part of your message. We're going to talk about twin flame. Oh, I forgot my coffee. I'm going to get my coffee. I'll be right back. Okay, let's do it. Let's talk about twin flames. That's not your twin flame. That's a Nazi. What a dick! Kind of goes like that. So, forget anything you may have watched up until now on twin flames. There's a lot of misinformation out there. So just start this thought process with a fresh and clear mind on the concept. The twin flame journey is a solo journey. And it's a journey that will help you go through the cleanse and go through your spiritual awakening. And so what the twin flame journey is and this is just real condensed. And if you are on a twin flame journey, you have felt energy that you've maybe never felt before with a person. So you might be like consuming as much information you can as possible. And there's charlatans, there's people who give horrible advice. There's all this stuff about the concept of twin flame. And so what I really want to do is make sure people truly understand what a twin flame is. Because a lot of people teach that the twin flame is the other half of your soul. And you can feel that way because the energy is so intense at the moment. And a lot of people will fall into victim of a very toxic relationship. And say, well, it's my twin flame. We just slap each other across the face, get all violent and shit, but it's actually passion. Yeah, no, that's a toxic relationship. That is your twin flame catalyst. And so a lot of people confuse their twin flame catalyst for their actual twin flame. And the twin flame catalyst is somebody that will use you, take advantage of you, be absolutely, totally careless with your feelings, be absolutely brutal to you. They'll play you, and then they'll discard you. And the whole trauma of it is so awful that it will wake up some terrible energy inside of you that you've been pushing down for who knows, it could even go all the way back to when you were a kid. This vibration, this energy. And then this person will abandon you. They'll completely abandon you. And they'll do it in a cold and harsh way. And you will feel all alone. So that person is the catalyst to your healing journey, which is a solo journey. And so the message, the lesson that Spirit wants us all to learn is Why does narcissist abuse so often lead to spiritual awakening? And there's a wonderful woman, I think her channel is called The Common Ego, and she explains why narcissist abuse, this twin flame catalyst, will lead you to spiritual awakening. And so I'll put that video down in the comment section of this video. If you're scared to click on it, copy the title and paste it in the search on YouTube and that video will pop up. So your twin flame catalyst will annihilate you. They will be so rude with you. They will behave like such a taker. They will pull the wool over your eyes and then dip out. They will use you for whatever they can and then abandon you. And that will start you on your healing journey. And so it's called the cleanse. And it's where you have to face all these unresolved issues that you didn't even know that you had. And you will have to, and what happens is that person, the way they treated you will wake up some energy inside of you of past trauma. And then you will go through the cleanse. You will have to work out your issues with that trauma. And the person that you may think is your twin flame, but it's your twin flame catalyst, the person that used you and was absolutely shameless with how disrespectful they were, created a complete false reality of you, so it made it okay for them to completely discard you. All of that kind of stuff gets worked out while you're going through the cleanse. But you are not, it's a solo journey. You are not back and forth with this person. They will dip out. They're done with you. That twin flame catalyst is done with you. They were never your twin flame. LIESL, get out of the rain. That's not your twin flame. That's a Nazi with a whistle. What a fucking dick. Yes. So you end up going on this healing journey alone. You retreat into the cave. You might have a dark night of the soul. And so I'll put another video about what the dark night of the soul is. I'll put another video about how to get through it. This really kind woman that explains what is going on when you want to hermit up. You want to go in your cave and lick all your wounds. This person just annihilated you. And all your bleeding, oozing wounds are now oozing out stuff from so long ago. It's all part of the process. And then you start healing. And while you're getting the knowledge and you're healing, you start realizing, I met this person, the catalyst, that annihilated me. They gave no shits about your struggle, your pain. You met them when you were living in Grossville. And you both were a lower vibration Grossin. That's what Grossville is. But you healed. And you got sent on a spiritual awakening. Spirit dragged you over to Healedville. But that person is probably still in Grossville. And they might be the fucking mayor of Grossville. They might be the grossest person in Grossville. Yeah, LIESL, that's not your twin flame. That's a fucking Nazi. And a Nazi with a whistle that will betray you for their own ego. Yeah, that's icky and grossville. You are in Healedville. Now, after all this time, when you look back, you will get to a point. It may be like, I will never get to that point. I feel so energetically connected to that person. Once you heal, you will get to a point where you don't feel connected to that person, because what that was a trauma bond. It's called a trauma bond. And that person played that trauma bond and siphoned off everything they could off of you and then discarded you. So once you heal and you ascend in vibration, and that's where people can get stuck. If they're listening to people who are giving horrible advice, if they're listening to fantasy twin flame coaches who are sucking their own ego dick, that person is not your twin flame. Don't be stuck trying to make it work. Now, here's how you can figure it out. Has the person ever hit you? If the person has ever hit you, that is not your twin flame. Your twin flame will never hit you, ever. And there's no, well, they were just really upset and I pushed their buttons and we were both slapping each other across the face because we got all this passion. No, that's a toxic relationship. That is a trauma bond, and that is not your twin flame. That is probably someone who saw you as a good mark. You may be a scapegoat of your family. You may be the person who has to fix everything. You may be the person who has to take responsibility. No, it's all my fault. Yeah, I'm not really sure what I'm even apologizing for, but it's definitely my fault. There's people that have been raised that way without unconditional love. These kind of twin flame catalysts, they'll see you like a carny sees a mark at the carnival. And then they'll take whatever they can from you. And then they'll discard you. So, your actual twin flame is somebody in Healedville that has also gone through the twin flame journey all alone by themselves. Because the twin flame journey is a solo journey to cleanse you of your past trauma and wounds. So your actual twin flame is not your catalyst. It's somebody who's in Healedville too, who has gone through a very similar thing. You can understand each other spiritually. And you have some kind of big divine mission with this other person in Healedville who's gone through the cleanse himself to co-create something that will help your community. That's what a twin flame mission is. It's for two people to come together, co-create something that will help the community. So that catalyst that fucked you up for however long, they're not the person that's destined to help you. They're the narcissist that sent you on a spiritual awakening. And the woman that explains it in the video that I will link, she has some ideas and theories on it. That catalyst person, you may have had a soul contract with. And the contract is, they come in and annihilate you and send you on a spiritual awakening. That's it with that person. Your real golden contract is with the other person that's in Healedville. All right, So there's the message. I've got some decks here. Let's get a final message. So that's a good rule of thumb. If you're in a couple situation, if you're crying over someone who's completely ghosted you, if somebody flipped it just like that, that was your twin flame catalyst. Your real twin flame will never hit you. That's how you can separate the wheat and the chaff. All right? Now, if somebody has hit you, if you've worked it out, I mean, there's no excuse for physical violence. We have soulmates and we have twin flames. Now, I believe we have more than one twin flame mission. We can have more than one twin flame mission with people in Healdville. And the twin flame mission is not always a romance-based vision. So, okay, a vision might mean something. So your twin flame, this mission you have with another twin flame, your twin flame, that person might be married. That person, your mission isn't to fall in deep love and you two go fuck together in a hotel off of France Avenue. I just heard. Okay, yeah, that's not your twin flame. Whatever that is. Your mission isn't to have wild and crazy passionate sex between you two, and then you come up for air every now and then when you fight. That's not a twin flame. A twin flame mission is two people taking their healed energy that they worked on to co-create something that will help the community ascend in vibration. See the difference? That person you've been having sex with or what, that could be a soulmate. That could be a catalyst. But it's not your twin flame. Now, with that said, you can have a very passionate love affair with your twin flame. And if you have that, you're fucking lucky. But that's a person in Healdville. That's not some rando from Grossville who hasn't done any work. And everybody's desperate just to plug into something. No. If you end up having a romantic relationship and that's your twin flame, that is two people that have done a ton of work alone, and now they're coming together. And darling, how wonderful. Direction. Look for clues. Grace will lead us to the exact events and experiences we need at precisely the right time. So the twin flame mission is about love for your community. If you get a love affair with your twin flame, you are very, very lucky. And you were probably married to that person in a past life. But not all twin flame missions are a love affair. They're meant to help the community. Beauty. Spirit would never keep you locked in a totally toxic thing. That con artist might, until they're done using you up and then they throw you away. Beauty. Surround yourself with simple pleasures. Beauty is the language of the divine. All right. Let's see what the archangels have to show. What's the message for the collective from the archangels? Message from the archangels. Okay. Crystal clear intentions. Archangel Michael, be clear about what you desire and focus upon it with unwavering faith. And final message, final oracle message. Oh, there it is. Mandrake. Somebody may find out somebody created a completely false reality about somebody. I see, Blaine, if you're local, Blaine might mean something. I see, Pretty in Pink. That movie, Pretty in Pink. And the stuck-up broski, the head stuck-up broski that's friends with the main male character. It's like the head Heather, but a dude. He wanted the chick, but couldn't have the chick, so he smeared her. Then made fun of her. All because he wasn't good enough for her. All the money, all the popularity, the smarmy broskiness could never get her. So the mandrake, back in the day, was almost like a controlled substance. So the mandrake was used for a lot of healing. And it's a root. But a mandrake patch is rare. And if you take too many out of the patch, you'll kill the whole patch. And so what the healers of the past did was they created I guess you would say a false reality about this controlled substance. They created a legend. If you pull this out of the ground, it will scream. And it'll be the worst scream you've ever heard. And it's terrible bad luck. And only those who absolutely are allowed to harvest the mandrake can harvest it. They created a fear of the mandrake. More importantly, a fear of the mandrake patch. Why? Because if they didn't, everybody would steal on the mandrake. Somebody's about to realize a whole bunch of people were shit-talking about the wrong person. They blamed the wrong person, they shit-talked the wrong person, something like that. A masculine may realize a whole bunch of lowbrow hoskies over in fucking Grossville constantly shit on an earth angel, told lies about this person. Somebody may have said, okay, this came through yesterday. I was just sitting around. Somebody might have access to something. This is how it came through. Somebody, okay, I picked this up in the stay down. Chance. Valor. It's like some lowbrow bitch talked a bunch of shit about another bitch. Some lowbrow bitch said, I have access to this list. And how it came through is, I have access to a list of STDs. People with STDs. I have a list to the access. Yeah, no, I get to see everyone who has STDs. Do you know that Molly has an STD? Molly Spillane. She has an STD. Oh my God, did you hear Molly Spillane has an STD? Molly Spillane has an STD. Some gossiping shit talkers. But they're too dumb to realize they spelled my name wrong. So I have a last name. My last name, obviously, my last name is Spillane. A lot of Spillanes are spelled with 2 L's in the last name. Spillane. My last name only has 1 L in it. Spilane. And so how this message came through was somebody looked on a list that was supposed to be private. Might be through their job or something. They had access to something. And they saw Molly Spillane. But this Molly Spillane has 2 L's. It's not me. But this person has been destroying my reputation. But it's not me. Knock on wood, I have never had an STD. I have a reading where I posted my test results for HPV. Yeah, negative. I posted my chart. And some viewers said, thanks for that. I have to make an appointment too. Thanks for the reminder. The reason why I got STD tests, I've had sex with one person in 17 years, my husband. The reason I got STD tests is because I found out my husband was having an affair. And everything came back negative. I've never had an STD, knock on wood. Now, that doesn't mean anything except that person's a fucking liar. And they can't spell. That's a totally different person. All right? So that's how the message is coming through. All this time, somebody was judging someone on a completely different person's actions. All right? This is also comes through as, yeah, I'm not my sister. I sound like my sister, and I kind of look like my sister, especially when I had dark hair. I'm not my sister. This was years back, the last year my sister and her kids worked out at the Renaissance Festival. There's some people that decided they were going to do a silent flyby the Renaissance Festival and take a peek at me, see if I'm worth engaging with. There was a whole plan. No, they're going to come in costume, have a mask on, everything. Walk by the shop, check me out, and for real. Who's that kid with the Oreo cookie, though? So what it was is somebody psyched themselves up, said, we're going to the Renaissance Festival. My family, I have a shop at the Renaissance Festival. I talk about it a lot on my channel. We're going to the Renaissance Festival. We're going to check Molly out. If I like her, I might talk to her. We got it all planned out. No, we're just going to manipulate this situation real quick. Wait, who's that kid with the Oreo cookie? So what happened was, my sister was out there with her daughter and her son. And she sounds just like me, but she's not me. And they saw my sister. And then they saw her daughter, and they thought that was my daughter. But who's this boy walking around eating Oreo cookies? And then something might have got said that turned this person off or rubbed them the wrong way. Yeah, that was never me. The next year comes. Now it's my daughter's father and my nephew are working out there. Now it's a group of people gonna go spy on Molly. They get all excited. They pay for the expensive ticket. They chest bump with their broskies and hoskies. Let's do it. The covert mission. They get all excited. They pump themselves up. They finally know, because I've said many times, my shop is right across from the dungeon. I've showed pictures of it. What do? They get all nervous, all excited. They walk by, and it's two dudes in there. What? I'm not there. Then they get all fucking pissed off. Like at me. Because I'm not there for them to spy on me, all covert style, manipulation like they were gonna. Then they get mad. I don't even want to be here. Why'd I do this? And they get embarrassed. Yeah, that's manipulation. Surrender. You were wrong. That goes directly to specific people. Surrender. That was never me. I am not my sister, and I am not my other members of my family. I am me. You cannot manipulate spirit. Spirit will keep giving you these lessons until you surrender, until you get out of your own freaking way. All right, so there's the message. And some hobags who can't stop gossiping and shit talking finally got exposed. Yeah, them some bitches.